Imagine building a house without a blueprint. Software development, much like construction, benefits greatly from a structured approach. This is where prescriptive process models come into play. They provide a roadmap, guiding software engineers through the complex journey of creating software. These models define a set of activities, tasks, and deliverables required to engineer high-quality software systems. They break down the entire process into manageable phases, each with defined entry and exit criteria. This structured approach enhances communication among team members, stakeholders, and customers. Choosing the right model depends on various factors, including project size, complexity, and team expertise. In the following sections, we will delve into 4 prominent prescriptive process models: the Waterfall model, the V model, the incremental model, and the prototyping model. The Waterfall model is one of the oldest and most widely known software development process models. It follows a sequential linear approach, where each phase must be completed before the next one begins. The Waterfall model typically consists of 5 distinct phases: requirements gathering and analysis, system design, implementation, testing, and deployment and maintenance. During requirements gathering and analysis, the development team works closely with stakeholders to elicit, analyze, and document the software requirements. The system design phase focuses on translating these requirements into a detailed system architecture and design specifications. The implementation phase involves writing the actual code based on the design specifications. Once the coding is complete, the testing phase commences, aiming to identify and rectify any defects or errors in the software. However, its rigidity and inability to accommodate changes easily are significant drawbacks, particularly in projects with evolving requirements. The V model emphasizes verification and validation at each stage. Unlike the Waterfall model, it introduces a testing phase for each development phase. The left arm represents verification phases, mirroring development phases. The right arm represents validation phases executed after development. Early testing helps detect defects early, reducing costs. However, it lacks flexibility for changing requirements. The incremental model takes an iterative approach to software development, delivering the system in increments or releases. Unlike the Waterfall model, which aims to deliver the entire system at once, the incremental model advocates for developing the software in small, manageable chunks. Each increment builds upon the previous one, adding new functionalities or features. The development process in the incremental model typically begins with identifying the core functionalities or features that form the first increment. This initial increment goes through all the phases of the software development lifecycle, from requirements gathering to deployment. Once the first increment is complete and deployed, the team moves on to the next increment, repeating the process. This iterative approach allows for early feedback from users, which can be incorporated into subsequent increments. The incremental approach might also lead to scope creep if requirements are not carefully managed. The prototyping model creates an early working model of the software system. It represents the software's look, feel, and functionality. The goal is to gather feedback to refine requirements. A preliminary design focuses on key functionalities. Users evaluate the prototype and feedback is gathered. The prototype is refined based on feedback. This iterative process continues until requirements are finalized. Early user involvement ensures alignment with expectations. However, prototyping can lead to scope creep if not managed. Prescriptive process models provide a structured framework for software development, bringing order and predictability to an otherwise complex process. Each model, with its unique characteristics, caters to specific project needs and circumstances. The Waterfall model, with its linear approach, is suitable for projects with well-defined requirements and minimal change anticipated. The V model, an extension of the Waterfall model, emphasizes early testing and validation, ensuring quality throughout the development lifecycle. The incremental model, with its iterative approach, allows for flexibility in accommodating changing requirements and incorporating user feedback. The prototyping model proves invaluable when requirements are unclear or ambiguous, enabling early validation and refinement. While prescriptive models offer numerous benefits, they are not without limitations. The key lies in understanding the strengths and weaknesses of each model and selecting the most appropriate one based on the project's unique characteristics and requirements.